My name is Presley Canteen. I run Penelope's Pit Stop, and I'm interested in changing from a hair and beauty industry award to an enterprise bargaining agreement.
Hello everyone, my name is Lane League. I've worked for the Hair Stylists Australian Union for 6 months. Prior to that, I've worked for the Australian Workers Union for 10 years as a union organiser and then a lead advocate.
My name is Greening Gala. I'm working in and hairdresser in Sydney for around 8 months, and right now I have 10 store of hairdresser.
Hi, my name is Casey Capital. I have worked in Victorian Chamber of Commerce for 5 years, and I provide support and assistance to employers across Victoria and Australia.
Okay, so hours of work, that's been an issue. So several managers want to open at 5 instead of 7, but the high penalty rates, I don't want to do that. So instead, to compensate workers, I'm going to increase the hourly wage rate and put a blanket penalty rate of time and a half for weekdays and weekends, and increase the hourly rate of all employees by $1.30 per hour, so that I can break even if I start earlier.
So since that 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. is not usual or unsociable working hours, I feel that penalty rates are more justified. Cutting penalty rates is very short-sighted, and I think it takes money directly from the pockets of the employees. Furthermore, wage cuts reduce income and therefore spending, and is bad for the overall nation's economy. I think this is why that penalty rates should remain.
I want to open the at 5 p.m. on the weekends, because there will be more people before the work day beginning, and give the storing work at 5 is not industry between 5 and 7 a.m. should still and should be that giving work at 5 a.m. is not general the industry, because there will be at 5 a.m. until 7 a.m. should be still more people will be rating my shop, will be more consumer will be start doing hairdresser industry.
Well, as an employer representative, I understand your concern, but higher penalty rate will not help the business to earn profit. And changes in technology and lifestyle means now we can live in much more 24/7 world where consumer expectations are greater. We can make more money from the increased opening hours and increased staff levels, and business may even pass on the salary saving they make to consumers in form of reduced price for the services.
I would be interested in exploring transferring ownership of 5% from the company to the employees, so the companies would gain control of 5% of the company over the next few years. So instead of giving that amount for penalty rates, and instead of using the blanket penalty rate, time and a half, and getting to 5% of the employees owning the company, I feel like that's a fair offer, instead of having the exorbitant penalty rates that the industry award has, changing to the EBA with my penalty rates and the 5% of the company over the next few years. I feel like that's a fair offer.
Okay.
Yeah?
Agreed.
Alright, good on that one. Okay. So that's the hours of work and overtime penalties. So taking breaks.
Yep.
So there's been an increase in work cover for hairdressers, citing wrist, elbow and shoulder pain. Cost me $15,000 in premiums. So, but I don't want my employees in pain or having increased work cover premiums. So I'm in favour of allowing a 10-minute break after blow drying and customs hair, but they have to have long hair, so you can't do short hair and then have a 10-minute break, because that takes 2 seconds. So I feel like it's worth it if you guys take a 10-minute break. I'm open to other suggestions, but if I was to offer more than a 10-minute break, it reduces productivity. So, any suggestions?
Well, I recognise that you do need to hold yourself accountable for creating a safe work environment for the employees. I'm in favour of allowing a 10 to 15 minute paid break after each client. And also I want you to consider that after every 4 blow waves, a break of 30 minutes is mandated.
And mandated.
Yes.
This is the manager.
Yeah,
anything?
but I guess I'm saying like we need like I agree for the 10 break after every session, because we'll be a responsibility for environment to create safety work environment, and don't matter what they cost.
Well, I believe that allowing a 10-minute paid break is enough for the staff. However, like if some clients are short here, so that the blow wave doesn't take that long and isn't physically demanding at all.
Yeah, agreed.
So like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so for the long hair, we should get them like 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15
break.
minutes. Yeah.
And here, long hair means like anything from your armpit to like longer than that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
What was the? How long did you want to have the break after every 4?
Every 4 waves, a break of 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Break of 30 minutes.
Can we get that down to 20, and I'll increase, or 15, and I'll increase to everyone after each long head of 15 as well.
Okay, agreed.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
So
fine.
a 15-minute break between every
Every
4
every
and
4
every
waves.
long hair wave.
Yep.
Done.
Alright, sweet. No worries. Okay, so first aid allowance. I feel it's important that multiple employees in each salon have 30 minutes. So
Yeah, it's just responsibility for the company. I would like to see 4 salary,
4%.
4%.
Yeah.
Yep. That I need to recommend. What do you think?
Devin.
Well, as you said, the current additional salary allowance of 1.3% is sufficient for the staff, and I would like to see a first aid qualification added to the job requirement of all the managers and senior staff in the salon. And regarding the allowance, I believe 2% is fairly enough for the staff.
Yes.
However, like if you could reduce it a bit lower, that would be good for all.
So how about instead of 4%, I make it mandatory that all managers have first aid training, and I up it to 2% of the allowance. Everyone cool with that?
Yeah,
Yeah?
sure, done.
Okay.
Yep.
Good terms. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, termination. So I propose removing the period of notice for an employee who has had under 1 year of continuous service at one of my stores, or salons, sorry. This will mean that I can just terminate them on the spot. So,
Well, I think that all employees, irrespective of their tenure with the organisation, are entitled to a period of notice. I believe the work entitlement should be protected.
Alright, so for termination, I would like to propose removing the current period of notice required for an employee that's worked under 1 continuous year of service at one of my salons, but I'm happy to keep the remaining period of notice for all employees that have worked over a year. So yeah.
Well, I believe that all employees, irrespective of their tenure with the organisation, are entitled to a period of notice. I believe that the worker entitlement should be protected. But I do understand that you put in place this policy in exchange for accessing outplacement services.
Yeah, so
for
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, isn't it? I would consider the extending the provision to 2 days. For termination, I propose removing the period of notice for any employee that has worked at my salon for less than 1 year continuously. But I would like to keep the remaining periods of notice for employees with more than 1 year of service.
I'm against this. I reckon that all employees, irrespective of their tenure within the organisation, are entitled to a period of notice. I believe that the work entitlement should be protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Management?
Yeah, the the employee who has less than 1 year
Yeah.
could be under the period section 14.1 of hair and period industry 2010.
Yeah.
I am against for that change. All the employee about working with the organization, they must to take a period of notice, and they must to consider 2 days pay, and that will be have been less than 1 year. What do you think?
So the provision for the job search under S14.2 for the hair and beauty award, I would consider extending that provision to 2 days for the employees with less than 1 year service, so they can find a job.
Okay.
I pretty much agree with him because I support the change, but it will fail the boot unless some compensation is made towards the staff. So I would be considered to extend the provision of job search entitlement under section 14.2 of Hair and Beauty Industry Award to 2 days, which he already said you, and 2 days for employees with less than 1 year of service. But like regarding compensating them for the termination period, we can like compensate for the notice of termination.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I'm good.
I agree with that compensation. And the 2 days seems reasonable.
Yeah, so the 2 days is fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. So there's been an issue about changes to the roster's working hours. So a roster can be changed at any time between employer and employee, but some managers are unclear about what an emergency is. So to let someone change the roster. So I'm of the view that sudden injury or illness to an employee or a dependent is the only thing that considers an emergency and should be used as a verbal agreement with the manager.
I disagree with that. So I think the emergency needs to be more clarified, so they can be applied consistently across all salons.
Yeah.
So from our perspective, an emergency should be defined as something that is unexpected, which happens suddenly, calling for immediate action. So an example of this might be when a colleague has a car accident and is unable to work in the subsequent 48 hours, but it does not cover a situation where a colleague has taken 5 days off to take care of a persistently ill kid. So, and I believe that all verbal agreements to roster changes should be confirmed in writing.
Writing. So you want
Yeah.
verbal and writing?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll say like under section 29 for
Yeah.
the hairdresser industry, they can be changed at any time matter agreement between the employer and the employee by the employee given 24 hours of notice to employees is care of emergency, and they will be matter of the weather and the agreement is enough, and they could be judged. However, and will be not cover the situation they take,
Yep.
and that's will be, and also give him 1 day off of the end of work, the shift. That's the habit. What do you?
Well, as the employer says, the roster can be changed at any time between the agreement between employer and employee within given 48 hours notice. But regarding the emergency, like it should be limited to the employer or their dependents, including animals as well, to stay with them. And for the agreement of roster change, it should be confirmed by writing. Even like electronic messages will be acceptable.
Yeah.
So writing as well.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
happy to go verbal and writing, and that any emergencies constituted by injury or illness to employee,
Yeah.
and then any dependents that they may have. Is that
Yeah.
anything else?
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
I'm happy.
all fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems fair.
Yep. Alright, that's it. That's all there is.
Thank you so much.